r/am I the asshole by Reddit Tales. This is a compilation of Am I the Asshole stories. Enjoy. Am I the asshole for telling my family that if they gift us money for our wedding, there will be no strings attached, or we will politely decline it? I ducking hate wedding culture. It's bullshit. My fiance and I thought we would escape the bullshit and money by having a small thing. Well, family started trying to throw money at us to make it bigger and more spectacular. We were surprised, but it was a good surprise. Then the demands started coming out. They wanted this, they wanted that, they wanted this person to come, these colors, dresses can't do this person has to be flower girl, this person has to be a groomsman, etc etc. Suddenly it didn't feel like our wedding, but an excuse for our families to have a family reunion. We put our foot down and said, thank you all for your kindness and generosity when it comes to our wedding. Unfortunately, it looks like we may not have been on the same page as the rest of you. When we were offered money for this wedding, we did not realize it came with strings attached. With so many requests and so many demands from people we didn't expect would think they had a say in our wedding, we have decided to give everyone their money back. Our understanding of what a gift is must be very different. If you would like to give us money without strings attached, or requests or demands, we will gracefully accept it. But if you believe a gift should come with stipulations, we must regretfully and politely decline. This has caused an epic hitstorm. Such to the point where I have people saying they will never come to our wedding. Honestly, not the worst thing in the world that we are spoiled, we are assholes, etc etc. My parents are rather upset about it, but hers, who never made any demands and gave us a small cash gift, said we did the right thing. We are halfway to cancelling the whole party and just absconding into the wilderness to do the wedding the way we want. AITA, are we? Am I the asshole for giving my ex-wife a large amount of money I won despite the anger of my GF? I recently won a duck you amount of money. I won't say exactly how much, but it's in the millions. It makes me feel funny even typing it's enough to change the life of myself and my family. My ex-wife is the mother of my 2 kids. She is an amazing woman and good to the bone. We divorced 6 years ago because I had an affair with my current partner. I was in a low place in my life and I ducked up. She was in incredible pain, but like a ducking saint she allowed me to still see our kids who mean the world to me. Allowed our divorce to be as pain-free as possible despite the fact that I know she was hurting. She still is close with my parents. She is respectful to me, although she refuses to talk to my GF. She was actually the first person I phoned after my mom and pops. After I found out I won the lottery, she was pleased for me, joked that I could take the kids on a world round trip, and that was that. Nothing else. As soon as I won, I knew I wanted to give her a significant amount. I still love her. She's the mother of my babies and I feel like this is some small tiny way I can show her that I'm not a complete duck up. She deserves to know that I care despite my mistakes. She also works a hitty job in the public library, which pays her peanuts. She would actually be able to pursue her hobbies this way. Give our kids a better life between us. I haven't discussed this with my ex yet, but I have with my parents who strongly agree, and my lawyer who was very surprised but on board. Long story short, when I told my GF, she was livid, screaming that I'm disrespecting her, accusing me of still being in love with my ex-wife. I'm not in love with her. We've both grown apart, but of course I still love her for being an excellent co-parenting partner and mother to my kids. My GF is threatening to break up with me, and TBH I'm feeling incredibly relieved over the threats. I don't plan on changing my plans, but am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for firing an employee after his parents died? I'm the VP of sales at a software company, and one of our sales development reps' parents passed away at the beginning of April. Sadly they were involved in a car crash, and both lost their lives. Now the employee in question is a very young 22-year-old guy, and has been with us for about 10 months now. He's a great employee and we were thinking about promotions in the next 6 months for him. His job is a high-paying one for a new grad, about 90k with commission and base, so we expect a lot from this position. Because of the accident we let him take a 1-month paid leave of absence and work, and he's returned a few weeks ago, and his performance is severely lacking. He's super unmotivated, not cold calling, outreaching to prospects for the last 2 to 3 weeks enough since he's come back. Our whole management team has noticed this and we decided to let him go because we feel like he'd need months and months to be able to produce again and we can't just wait that long. We called him into a meeting on Friday afternoon and gave him the bad news. He was very calm and rude about it, told us to go duck ourselves, and got up and went to his desk, grabbed his few things and left. I thought this was very unprofessional and extremely rude. I told my boyfriend about all of this and he said myself and my management team are a bunch of ashes and pricks with no hearts. AITA update. Holy duck, this blew up. I know this was itty of me now. And I reached out to him to see how he's holding up. He's staying at his GF's place and she's supporting him a lot right now. I offered to get my headhunter friend in touch with him when he's ready and he accepted. Am I the asshole for buying an extra airline seat and utilizing it even though I don't need it? I hate flying to the point that I will gladly drove 10 to 15 hours to avoid a 4-hour flight. It's not that I'm scared of flying. I just hate everything from the security theater to the cramped seats that leave me sore for days. So I only fly if I can buy a second seat or third if I'm flying with my wife. It lets me stretch my legs out if needed, not feel trapped mentally, and not sit next to annoying people, etc. Also, a second seat is almost always cheaper than business/first class, and for some reason they refund you if the flight isn't full. I'm a big guy, but I 100% don't need 2 seats. Gate agents are constantly baffled, and one even said you're not nearly big enough to need 2 seats. On multiple flights I've had to argue with flight attendants and randoms that no, I bought the second seat, and if they oversold the flight/some 400-pound guy didn't buy the second seat he needs and is killing his seatmate, it's not my problem. Am I the asshole for never backing down in this scenario? That has happened 6 to 7 times at this point. If I was willing to fly with 1 seat I wouldn't have bought a second seat. Note, I do not take 2 seats on the train/bus ever. They are way more comfortable and you can stand whenever etc, so I don't feel cramped and trapped like on a plane. Am I the asshole for being cold to my ex-fiancée and demanding a paternity test after her infidelity? So, right now I'm in kinda a hitty situation. I've been treating my ex-fiancée pretty cold and demanding a paternity test for the child she's carrying. All of my friends are saying I'm being a major asshole, but I don't feel that way. Here's a story. I knew my ex for almost 10 years. We go back all the way to high school and have been friends. After we graduated I said duck it and asked her out and we became a couple. We dated for almost 6 years before she came to me and told me she was pregnant. I won't lie, I loved her at the time and this was actually quite exciting to me, so I proposed. She, however, seemed super worried. I sat down and talked with her about it. I told her that even if she did decide to terminate the pregnancy I would be by her side and still wanted to marry her. She was super awkward about it, but decided to keep the child and accepted my proposal. These past 7 months have been a roller coaster. She moved in with me and we began getting ready for our daughter's birth and we were planning on getting married after she is born. That was until a few weeks ago. An old acquaintance from high school reached out to me. I was never good friends with him, but he said that he felt guilty about letting an innocent man suffer for his and my ex's mistakes. This guy claimed that he was the father of my ex's child and that my ex had been lying to me. It turns out that my ex and him got reacquainted about a year ago and started having sex around the time my ex got pregnant. They began having unprotected sex. He is not lying about this. He sent me photos of them together and showed me texts between the two of them. I was able to get my ex's phone and confirmed they were real. Along with this, he sent me a string of Facebook messages of my ex admitting to lying to me because I make more money than the real father and she would rather I care for it. Suffice to say, I was ducking pissed. I confronted her, she cried, I cried, it was a mess. In the end I broke it off then and there and evicted her from my apartment. She's in the process of moving out now, but I have not said a single word to her. I have pretty much told her that I want her out of my life. I also demanded a DNA test the minute the child is born. If it is mine, I'll help her support it. If not, then I'm never seeing her again. I've been cold to her. Her and her parents has tried multiple times to work it out with me, but I've refused any contact with them. At one point she got all of her friends together to try to talk to me, and I kicked them out of the apartment with threats of calling the police. Anytime she's tried to reconcile, I've shut it down. My friends are saying I'm in wrong here. According to them, she's pregnant, and because of that I should at least be helping her till the baby is born, even if it isn't mine. I disagree fully, but I could be wrong. Am I letting my own emotions hide the fact from me that I'm an asshole? Am I the asshole for telling people my sister had an abortion? I'm 99% sure I'm a mega asshole, but I came here to just be sure. My sister 23F is a mega pro-life advocate. Here is the stupid part. I held her hand a year ago. When she got her abortion she never mentions it, and I can guarantee that I'm the only one who knew. I always feel like she is being super hypocritical because she got an easy access to have an abortion and then wants to take that away from others. I was getting sick of seeing her abortion kills babies posts and how she hates pro-choice people, so I decided to comment on one of her posts. I commented, "You were definitely pro-life when I held your hand last year at the abortion clinic." I've now been blocked, and she was banned from most of her pro-life FB groups. Am I the asshole? Thanks for watching. Leave a comment with your asshole stories, or maybe give your own response to these. Smash that like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel for more videos to come.